So this is one of the great mysteries of the audiophile life, the audiophile existence, right? If you're lucky enough to have audiophile friends nearby, right, and you go to their house or apartment and listen to their system, you hear it with fresh ears. You hear it probably better than the owner does because you're not invested, but you also have the inhibition of saying what you really think to your friend. They kind of counterbalance each other, that you hear it and you say, oh my God, you think to yourself, oh my God, there's this incredible reflection coming off that mirror off to the side, and it's very distracting. But your friend, the owner of the system, doesn't hear that because they've basically, let's say, accommodated to the sound of their own system. So the things that are problematic, let's say that reflection off the mirror, they can just tune that out. They don't hear it really. You hear it because you don't go through those machinations of trying to make the system sound good. So some things are changeable. Maybe they could move the mirror to another place in the room. Some things are not. Maybe they can't move the mirror to another place in the room. But the point is that when the visitor audiophile listens, they can hear it fresh. The owner of the system probably can't. It's just a time thing. They've also just accommodated to whatever it is it sounds like. And some of that is good. It's like you don't want to always be miserable. Now, of course, I should quickly add that a lot of audiophiles only hear the problems of their systems, only hear the reflections, only hear that their amp is underpowered, only hear that their ported speakers are sounding too flatulent or something. They only hear the problems, and they're tortured by the problems that they hear in their system. So it goes both ways. There's the audiophiles who blissfully just enjoy what they have. That's probably the better group to be in. And then there's the audiophiles who torture themselves by hearing all the problems with their systems and play the what if game. What if I got a new amplifier? What if I get... and that's going to fix those problems. And maybe it will or maybe it won't. But the point is hearing your own system with objective ears. Is that even possible? No, it's not. It's not. Because it's like being in a relationship with your significant other, right? It's like you just accept that person for what's good and their flaws, and you take the whole package, right? Well, it's kind of like that with audio. Your system is your system. You've worked hard to make it sound as good as it can, and yet it has these drawbacks, these imperfections, these what-if aspects. What if I... blah, blah, blah. So, you vacillate back and forth between those things. Or you're in that first group that just accepts it and blissfully listens to music and they're happy. That's cool. Now me, on the other hand, I'm definitely in the second group because it kind of comes with my occupation, that I'm trained to listen to problems and faults. And I do that in the stuff that I review, but the stuff that I live with, on an ongoing basis, that I have to push myself to be in the first group of just accepting it as it is, right? It's not easy, especially because I'm always doing the other thing. So, I'm not a dentist or a law professor that dabbles in audio. This is my life. This is my career, and I don't have an escape from it, really. I am not complaining. I dig it. I mean, audio is so has so many layers, right? There's the layer of the gear itself. There's the layer of the music, and how those two mix and put the listener, the person in the listening chair, through changes, right? And some of that is based in the music. The music's supposed to move you, supposed to make you think, supposed to make you get up your chair and move your ass. It's supposed to do different things. And to the degree that the music does that for you, and the system is the portal through which the music passes, that's good. That's really good. That's what we're aiming for. I hope so. But getting back to where I started in terms of friends who hear your system on an ongoing basis, you may have made a change, right? You may have moved the speakers, you may have gotten a new turntable, and you sit them down in the chair and say, so what do you think? Right now, if someone does that to me who isn't a friend of mine, I will never say the truth. I will always say, it sounds pretty good. I can't bring myself to give people the truth if I don't know them well. People I know well and they ask for the truth, I will supply, well, the truth as it appears to me at least. I will give them what I think. I will tell them what I think of their systems. So, but they have to ask. And they have to ask like, no, really, what does it sound like? And then I'll tell them. You know? I just don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I mean, there is an emotional component to all of this, right? That how you feel, how does your system make you feel? Is it energizing? Is it positive? Is it bringing you down? And ... And the music that you play, is it working for you? The music that you love, whether it's hip hop or string quartets, what you love, is it connecting? Now, if you say, hey, I want to do string quartets and hip hop and EDM, well, that's harder. It's harder to make a system that does all types of music, all genres, at a very high level. I think, as I said recently, you need different systems if you want to hear all these things as good as they can be within the limits of your rooms and your budget. It's probably easier if you have that luxury of having more than one system. Then you can have systems that check all those boxes for you. So it's kind of like a truth game, right? I mean, is the system telling the truth? Are you telling the truth to yourself? Are your friends telling the truth to you about what they hear? If you want it, you should try to get it, right? Especially if you consider that other person, the listener, to have good ears and stuff and give you good information. Yeah, I think having them give you the unvarnished truth is probably a good thing, because then you can process it and then you can take steps to correct it, or not, depending, right? Always depends. I think you got the drift. My name's Steve Guttenberg. This is still the Audiophiliac Daily Show, coming to you 5 or 6 days a week. And last but certainly not least, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/audiophiliac. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See you soon.